Good morning, folks. You're looking at a small plasma filament standing up as a solar tornado coming over the northeastern limb. Small being relative, of course. It's the size of Uranus. Today we're going to look at the solar wind, earthquakes, Mars, the core, the sun, and the heavens. We're beginning, though, as always, over at spaceweathernews.com. We're finding that the last 24 hours on our star present the coronal hole and sunspot regions directly facing Earth today. More bright spots incoming to the left. Solar flares remain absent, however, as even with growth of the positive umbra in the group, it is still just too spread out. Maybe if red were to crop up in the middle as well, but that is unlikely. Instead, solar wind from the coronal holes is likely all we'll be seeing. The stream from this opening was expected last night, and it indeed arrived. A pretty dense shockwave struck out ahead of the faster particles, driven like the snow out ahead of a shovel blade. Geomagnetism could intensify on that today. Eyes on it. Folks, the only earthquake story right now is in Italy, having a pretty big morning, I'd say. That area is actually on red alert. Rare to have a red alert in Europe, but it was warranted last night. Hopefully they don't get another big one, but I'm not exactly taking them off alert either. That's not the only story from beneath our feet. The Sumatran quakes the last 2 days may have been related to the eruption of Sinabung. Luckily, thus far, it is mostly ash and gas emissions, albeit violent ones, compared to the deadly blast they had there months ago. Hopefully something like that stays away. Pretty impressive pyroclastic flows here as well. Up next, we're at Mars, where curiosity piqued its own namesake when stumbling across what NASA seems to just be saying is exactly what it looks like: dried mud. This follows their revelation last year that Mars once had a massive ocean. Up next, we're examining core physics and some patterns of liquid metal in a rotating sphere. Definitely one for those here who are as nerdy as me. And up next, we're going to ALMA from the ESO. Apparently they got tired of deep space shots and they pointed it at the sun. They believe they have opened a new door for their in-house efforts with the success sub-millimeter wavelengths there. Folks, get outside when the sun goes down tonight. If you have clear skies, it is a wonderful display where Venus blazes in the night as Mars becomes visible with disappearing light. And at that exact same time, Orion is coming up in the east. Just a fantastic evening display. Let's remind everyone just how weather works in general. You've got your high pressure in yellow and white. Purple to red is low. The lows suck in the wind, and that draws in the tropical moisture, pulling it away from the tropics. Along the way, it is transformed into clouds, most notably along the convergence lines, and then it gathers to drop as rain much closer to the pressure cells themselves. If you have the Disaster Prediction app, there is a free update waiting for you. Update the same way you'd update any other app on your device. I know it is different for many of the different devices out there. We've got your pressure and radar forecast here, followed by shots of our star to close. It's 4:30 a.m. in the new Valley of the Sun. Eyes open. No fear. Be safe, everyone.